Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen and this is Hard Rock University, somewhere in southern Arizona. I'm at Ryan's mine. This is one of his shafts, and we have a bit of a mess here that we've been working on. Because of the instability up on the top of that shaft there, I deemed it imprudent to rappel down into it. Even if I was going to, I would have needed to have done this first, which is to stabilize this surface so that the rope is not going to knock stuff down on my head. You have to be very careful of that. Sometimes that's more work than anything else, is just getting a smooth, solid slope for the rope to go on that's not going to knock anything onto your head. So I've probably moved about 3 tons of material here to get to bedrock here and there and right there where Ryan's standing videotaping so we could get some samples. This is quartz, but apparently they didn't care too much for this. Notice how they left it standing. And this is what they took, so this is what we wanted to sample. And we got some other stuff downhill that we're going to sample later today and call it a day. We'll have about a dozen half bucket to 1 bucket samples. Now I'm going to have Ryan give me the camera and I'm going to show you some details of the vein on the far side of the shaft there so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay, there's the far side of the shaft, the vein structure, and the vein goes from about right there to even further than that point right there. If you look down, you can see it dives in underneath. It's about an 80 degree according to some reports. There's your actual hanging wall there, and you can see these structures. There's a change right there, and it looks like they were more interested in the stuff on the footwall side. There's footwall, there's vein, and there is vein that looks like it failed along this right here, but that's the plane they were actually following, it looks like. And we have a very abused tree here that was in the hole. It's had a lot of rocks land on it today. Poor thing. Now we'll get our samples out of here and head on down the hill and take some more. Worry about the footholds.
No cussing, you're on video.
Okay, here we are in Ryan's tunnel. He has one tunnel on the property and several shafts. And This looks like stringer vein material. See how it's got the little veinlets going through it? And this appears to be more wall rock right here than an actual vein. This is much redder on this side, and you'll see why in a minute. And that's why. Here we have this much redder material. And why they paralleled that, I do not know. Then they cross-cut it over to here and continued on just a short distance. Again, don't know why. Some good pack rat midden there. Again, we have this more like a stringer vein up here. A stringer vein is, material that's been fractured and you have a lot of little veins, often called stringers. Now this is pretty good demonstration of how this stuff is kind of interwoven. First you got this red quartz, which is pretty broken. Looks like it's got a fair amount of iron, which would normally be a good thing. That's quartz, see, no scratching. This is definitely not. That's not quartz. That is quartz. Not quartz. That's quartz. So you have all this stuff, and what we're going to do is take a sample here of the quartz and take a sample of the non-quartz and take a sample of the red stuff, do the same kind of over there, and then we'll see where we're at once we get them analyzed. So, happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.